Okay, so the way that geneticists think about these crosses is using a technique called Punnett squares. But let's go back to our two plants to start with. So let's start off with a tall plant here. Flare a few extra leaves, and so remember the genotype here in this case for us is going to be big T, and let's cross it with a short plant. Okay, so here's our short plant, and we're going to make that little t. Now remember the short plant has to be little t, because if it had a big T, then it would be tall. So let's think about this like a geneticist does. So a geneticist will say, the only gamete we can get from this tall plant is going to be big T, and the only gamete we can get from this short plant is going to be little t. You can't get a little t out of the big plant, and you can't get a big T out of this little plant. So it's what a geneticist is going to say is, what happens if we bring those two gametes together? Well, you can intuitively see that if you put the big T and the little t together, you're going to get big T, little t, and so that's going to be a tall plant. Okay, so a geneticist will think about this in terms of what's called a Punnett square, and a simple Punnett square can just be a cross, just like this. And so what a geneticist will do is they will say, okay, let's put one gamete up here in this top right hand corner and another one down here, and so our big T is coming from there and our little t is there, and so if we bring this big T together with this little t, then we get big T, little t, and so big T, little t is the only combination we can get here. That means 100% of the offspring from this cross at the top here, 100% of those offspring must be tall. That is the simplest case we can look at, and we'll make it a little bit more complicated in a moment.